Hard driving. Wicked Mike here. Welcome to another episode of Hard Driving. You know, something has really been weighing on me here lately, and it's freedom, and how people don't realize that it's not rocket science, and it truly is a double-edged sword that people set on one side of the blade or the other, and they try to cut everyone and cut themselves till they bleed for their agenda, when they need to just grasp onto the handle and try and get rid of people that are oppressed, that, you know, their governments have such a strong handle on them. For instance, this deal in Indiana, the pizza place that basically, whether you agree with me or not, I don't care, but I'm telling you right now, the media really, they're the ones that are to blame for the pizza place in Indiana, Memories, being closed down. You know what? These people stood beside their faith. They stood beside their faith, and good for them. But here's the deal, is the law in Indiana about religious freedom, it's a bunch of bunk. The bottom line is anyone should be free to do what they want with their business. As long as it's not physically harming anyone, then, you know what, you should have the right to refuse whoever you want to refuse. And that goes for all businesses. If an African American business wants to refuse me for being white, then so be it. There is enough free trade market, whatever you want to call it, going on, that it shouldn't matter. You know what? So what? My feelings might be hurt. I'll get over it. Bottom line is we don't need the government to dictate freedom for us. We as people need to just be in charge of our own freedoms. And with that being said, you know, fine. A business doesn't want to cater to gays, and gay people don't need to get upset about it. You know what? There are other businesses out there. If, you know, no matter what it might be, you should be free to do what you want with your business. As long as you're not, as long as you're not harming anyone. Now, you know, obviously when it comes to hospitals, doctors, that sort of thing, where people have to take some sort of an oath to protect people, that's a totally different thing. That's a totally different ballgame. But if you're talking about a restaurant, you know what? Get over it. I'm sure that it'll work itself out, where these people that are exercising their freedoms to not serve someone that might be of a different color or a different creed or whatever, believe me, it'll shake itself out. So that's freedom for you. You can't have it both ways. It is a double-edged sword, but it is mighty and it is strong, and wielded properly, it's a wonderful thing. So again, freedom, basically, not rocket science. But we can't be like kids and say, oh, this person has more freedom than I have. Everyone should equally have the same freedoms. You might not like it the way it turns out, but still it should happen that way. We don't need the government to dictate what freedoms we do or do not have. I'm Wicked Mike. Let me know what you think. Give me a shout. This is Hard Driving. We'll catch you on the flip. All feedback is welcome. Comments or suggestions? Email wickedmikehd@gmail.com. This has been Hard Driving with your host, Wicked Mike.